Welcome, dear listener. As the world outside settles into its evening hush, and the quiet comfort of your space begins to softly embrace you, I invite you on a very special journey tonight. We'll gently drift, not through the stars, but into the deep, quiet heart of our own planet to discover a profound mystery: Earth's sleeping giants, how mountains are born. This is a deep, unhurried exploration designed to soothe your mind, calm your thoughts, and perhaps gently guide you into a peaceful, dream-filled sleep, all while expanding your sense of quiet wonder. Before we begin our slow, soft descent into the deep stories of the Earth, take a moment to settle in. Find your most comfortable position, allowing your body to relax deeply. And if you wish, let me know in the comments below where in the world you're listening from and what time it is for you. Knowing that our minds connect across distances and time zones under the same vast, sleeping sky adds a comforting, shared layer to our peaceful experience. Imagine, for a moment, the immense, silent presence of a towering mountain. Think of its vast slopes rising towards the sky, its ancient peaks often draped in quiet mist or soft snow. Mountains stand like watchful guardians, timeless and unmoving, seeming to whisper stories of ages long past. From their grand heights, one feels a sense of profound peace, a quiet humility in the face of such vast natural power. They have witnessed countless sunrises and sunsets, seasons changing, and the slow march of life below. They are the Earth's true elders, silent and majestic, but beneath their calm, still surfaces, beneath the forests and the rocks, these sleeping giants hold a deep secret. Mountains are not static, unchanging fixtures. They are alive in their own slow, geological way, constantly being shaped and reshaped by forces so vast and so patient that we can barely imagine them. Their growth is measured not in human lifetimes, but in millions upon millions of years, a rhythm so slow it seems like perfect stillness. It's a testament to the Earth's quiet, continuous work, a silent, powerful sculptor creating its grandest art. Our journey to understand how these giants are born begins not on the mountain peaks, but far, far deeper in the quiet, hot heart of our planet. Imagine the Earth's surface not as one solid, unbroken shell, but as a giant, intricate puzzle. This outer skin, the cool, solid layer we live on, is broken into many huge pieces. We call these plates, and they are always, always moving. Think of them like vast, incredibly slow-moving ice flows on a very thick, gooey lake. They drift, they bump, they slide past each other, and sometimes they push against each other with unimaginable, quiet force. These silent movements are incredibly slow, often just a few centimeters each year, about as fast as your fingernails grow. You would never feel it in your daily life, but over millions of years, these tiny, gentle pushes add up to something truly monumental. It's like watching a slow-motion dance, a silent ballet performed by continents, shaping the very face of our world. This continuous, unhurried motion is the secret engine of mountain building, working steadily, patiently beneath our feet. What makes these enormous pieces of Earth's skin move? The answer lies even deeper in the Earth's very core. Inside our planet is a tremendous heat left over from when the Earth was born, and also made by slowly decaying elements. This deep, warm energy causes the rock deep inside the earth, called the mantle, to behave like a very thick, very slow-moving syrup. Imagine a pot of thick soup gently simmering on a stove. The warmer, lighter parts slowly rise, cool, and then slowly sink again, creating a gentle, circulating current. This same slow, gentle swirling of hot rock happens deep inside our Earth. These immense, unseen currents pull and push on the huge plates above them, guiding their silent dance across the planet's surface. It's a vast, slow-motion engine, driven by the Earth's own internal warmth, constantly rearranging the puzzle pieces of its skin. This quiet, persistent energy from deep within is the fundamental force that awakens Earth's sleeping giants. So, when we see a mountain, we are not just looking at a pile of rocks. We are looking at the visible result of billions of years of slow, gentle forces at work. We are seeing a place where two or more of these giant puzzle pieces of Earth's skin have slowly, quietly begun to push against each other, or slide past each other, or even dive beneath each other. The very first whispers of a mountain's birth are incredibly subtle, a gentle crumpling of the Earth's surface, a soft, slow buckling. This immense, quiet pressure builds over geological time, patiently gathering its strength before revealing the majestic peaks we see today. The mountain's story begins not with a sudden crash, but with a quiet, patient push, a deep, slow breath taken by the Earth itself. We've gently eased into the understanding that Earth's vast outer skin is made of huge, slowly moving pieces, pushed by unseen, warm currents deep inside. As your thoughts continue to softly drift into the quietude of the night, let's now watch more closely what truly happens when these enormous pieces of Earth's skin, these tectonic plates, meet and interact. It's a dance so slow, so grand, it creates the world's most breathtaking quiet giants, revealing the immense patience of our living planet. Imagine Earth's surface as a giant, intricate puzzle, with continents and ocean floors as its massive, thick pieces. These pieces are not fixed. They are constantly, imperceptibly in motion. Their movement is driven by the very deep, slow currents within the Earth's hot, thick middle layer, the mantle. This warmth causes the rock to slowly swirl like thick honey simmering in a colossal pot, creating a gentle, circulating flow that subtly drags and pushes the plates above. This quiet, ceaseless energy from within is the fundamental force that has been reshaping our world for billions of years, slowly, patiently. When these huge plates meet, they do so in a few main ways, each one a testament to Earth's profound power and unhurried artistry. The first way, and perhaps the most dramatic in its outcome, is when two plates gently push against each other. This is known as a convergent boundary. Think of two enormous, thick rugs lying side by side on a very long floor. Now, picture them slowly, very slowly, sliding towards each other. What happens when they meet? They don't just stop. Instead, they might buckle and push upwards, or one might gently slide underneath the other dot when two huge pieces of continental land slowly collide. Like giant rafts of rock, neither one wants to easily sink deep into the earth. They are both relatively light. Instead, they push and shove, slowly wrinkling and folding the Earth's skin upwards. much like a cloth slowly gathers wrinkles when pushed from its ends. This immense, quiet pressure builds over millions upon millions of years, taking what was once flat land and gently pushing it higher and higher. The rocks bend, break, and pile up, layer upon layer, forming towering mountain ranges. This is how the tallest and most majestic mountains in the world, like the mighty Himalayas in Asia or the ancient Alps stretching across Europe, were slowly born. It is a silent, persistent, multi-million-year-long battle of giants, with the sky as their only witness, gradually forming the highest parts of our world. The very roots of these mountains extend incredibly deep into the Earth's crust, often mirroring their height above the surface, a testament to the immense, patient force from below. Sometimes, a piece of ocean floor meets a piece of continental land. The ocean plate is generally thinner and heavier, so when they meet, the ocean plate slowly, very slowly, begins to dive downwards, slipping quietly beneath the lighter continental plate. This process is called subduction. As the ocean plate sinks deep into the earth, it pulls down the edge of the continental plate, creating deep ocean trenches, vast, quiet valleys at the bottom of the sea. But as the diving plate goes deeper, the intense heat and pressure from within the earth cause its rock to slowly melt. This molten rock, called magma, being lighter, then very slowly begins to rise. It pushes its way upwards through cracks and weaknesses in the overlying continental plate, like a gentle, hot breath from deep within. This magma doesn't burst out all at once, but often rises gently, building up pressure over hundreds of thousands or even millions of years, eventually finding its way to the surface. When it reaches the surface, it can erupt, often gently, building up layer by layer, forming magnificent cone-shaped mountains. These are the volcanic mountains that often form long chains along coastlines, like the Grand Andes Mountains in South America, or the serene peaks of the Cascade Range in North America. Here, mountains are born from fire and slow sinking, a powerful, yet gradual, transformation that continuously shapes the edges of continents, even when two pieces of ocean floor meet and one gently dives under the other. The same process of melting and rising magma occurs. This creates long, curving chains of volcanic islands in the middle of the ocean, like the quiet islands of Japan or the vast string of islands forming the Marianas. These islands are simply the highest points of underwater mountains, slowly growing from the depths, a testament to the patient power of the ocean's hidden forces. The second main way plates interact is when they slowly pull apart. This is known as a divergent boundary. Imagine those huge rugs now slowly moving away from each other. As they separate, hot, molten rock from deep within the earth gently rises to fill the gap. This new material cools and solidifies, creating new Earth's skin. This continuous process slowly builds vast underwater mountain ranges called mid-ocean ridges. The Mid-Atlantic Ridge, for example, is the longest mountain range on Earth, stretching thousands of miles across the floor of the Atlantic Ocean, quietly creating new seafloor every single day. This is a zone of slow, steady creation, a continuous whisper of new land being born. On land, if a continent slowly begins to split apart, it forms deep, quiet valleys called rift valleys. like the East African Rift Valley. These are places where the land is gently stretching, slowly breaking, and may one day become new ocean basins, a very long, quiet preamble to a new sea. The third way plates interact is when they slowly slide past each other. This is known as a transform boundary. This is like two rugs brushing against each other sideways, creating immense friction and stress. This kind of movement doesn't usually build tall, towering mountains directly. Instead, it can create long, deep valleys, or slowly push up smaller, gentle hills, or leave behind jagged, broken landscapes. The ground might subtly shift and crack over time, leading to occasional quiet tremors that release the built-up stress. The famous San Andreas Fault in California is an example of this silent, continuous grinding. While not forming grand peaks, this sideways motion still shows the Earth's ceaseless activity, a constant, slow force that shapes the land in different, equally patient ways. In all these ways, the building of mountains is an unbelievably slow process. The rocks we see at the top of a mountain today might have once been flat land, or even the bottom of an ancient ocean. It takes millions of years for just a few feet of uplift, a gradual, imperceptible change that only becomes obvious over geological time. The Earth doesn't rush. It works with immense patience, allowing these quiet, powerful forces to slowly shape its surface. The magnificent peaks that touch the sky are silent witnesses to the Earth's long, unhurried breath, always creating, always transforming in its slow, serene dance. We've gently eased into the understanding that Earth's vast outer skin is always in motion, its huge pieces quietly pushing and sliding against each other. As your thoughts continue their soft, unhurried drift, let's now look more closely at the different kinds of majestic mountains these slow, powerful meetings create. Each type is a testament to Earth's patient sculpting, revealing its beauty in unique ways. Imagine those huge puzzle pieces of Earth's surface slowly, incredibly slowly, pushing straight into each other. When two giant land masses meet, like two very thick carpets being pushed from opposite ends, they have nowhere to go but up. The ground between them begins to gently buckle, fold, and wrinkle. Over millions upon millions of years, these soft, upward pushes build towering mountains. These are called fold mountains. Think of the mighty Himalayas in Asia, where Mount Everest, the world's highest peak, stands as a crowning jewel, or the ancient Alps stretching across Europe with their iconic, serene beauty. Even the gently rolling Appalachian Mountains in North America, though much older and more worn, were once towering fold mountains, a testament to Earth's long memory. Their rounded, ancient peaks and long, wavy ridges are like the quiet wrinkles on Earth's wise, old face, slowly pressed into being. The rocks within them, once flat and deep underground, are gently bent and lifted, revealing intricate layers that tell a quiet story of immense pressure and unhurried growth. It is a slow, silent struggle between two vast landmasses, with the sky as their witness, gradually forming the tallest parts of our world, their foundations reaching deep into the planet's crust. Then there's another way mountains rise, a bit like huge, silent blocks shifting. Sometimes, instead of bending, the Earth's hard outer skin simply cracks, creating long lines called faults. Along these faults, huge blocks of land can slowly, gently slide past each other, or one block might quietly lift up while another sinks down. When one block is slowly pushed upwards along a fault, it forms a mountain, while the sunken block forms a valley beside it. These are called fault block mountains. Picture the majestic Sierra Nevada mountains in California, rising quietly and majestically on one side, while a long, flat valley, like California's Owens Valley, stretches out peacefully on the other. Or imagine the quiet, ancient ranges in the Basin and Range province of the western United States, where countless long, parallel mountains rise like gentle waves from flat desert floors, each born from the subtle tilting and lifting of these enormous blocks, slowly breaking and resetting its surface to create new forms over vast periods of time. The silence here is in the imperceptible shift of colossal weights, a testament to the vastness of geological time, where mountains appear one quiet, patient movement at a time. Now, let's look at mountains born from fire, but not with sudden violence, but with a patient, steady warmth from below. We briefly touched on how one plate can gently slide beneath another, diving deep into Earth's hot interior. As that diving plate sinks, it slowly melts into molten rock called magma. This magma, being lighter, then very slowly begins to rise, pushing its way upwards through cracks in the Earth's upper skin, like a gentle, hot breath from deep within. It doesn't burst out all at once, but often rises gently, building up pressure deep inside over hundreds of thousands or even millions of years. Eventually, it finds its way to the surface through a quiet opening, flowing out slowly or gently bursting in quiet eruptions that build up layer by layer, forming cone-shaped mountains. These are volcanic mountains. Think of the graceful, snow-capped peaks like Mount Fuji in Japan, standing in serene isolation, or the majestic Mount Rainier in the United States, a towering presence on the horizon. They are born from Earth's inner warmth, growing steadily, patiently into beautiful, often symmetrical giants. Their quiet presence, a reminder of the slow, powerful forces beneath the surface. These mountains, though formed by fiery origins, are often places of immense peace and quiet once their active phase is over, standing as silent sentinels forged by deep heat. And as these mountains slowly rise, another gentle force immediately begins its quiet work: erosion. This is not a destructive force, but a patient sculptor, constantly refining Earth's grand creations. Wind, water from rain and rivers, and ice from glaciers slowly, quietly begin to wear down the mountains. They gently carve valleys, smooth, sharp edges, and carry tiny pieces of rock away, grain by tiny grain. Over millions of years, this constant, soft shaping creates the unique curves, canyons, and dramatic cliffs that make each mountain range so beautiful and distinct. It's like a soft hand, tirelessly smoothing and refining a giant sculpture, working with endless patience. The quiet flow of water, the gentle kiss of the wind, and the slow grind of ice are all part of this continuous, artistic process. Erosion exposes the deeper layers of rock, revealing the mountain's long, silent geological history, like opening a very old book to its innermost pages, showing the story of how it was truly formed under immense pressures from their deep roots, formed by immense pressures to their peaks, carved by the elements, Mountains are truly Earth's sleeping giants, continuously being born and shaped by forces that move at an unhurried, majestic pace. Their very existence reminds us of the profound patience of our planet, a grand, silent creation unfolding over vast stretches of time. Allow yourself to rest deeply, carried by the thought of Earth's quiet, powerful work, always creating, always transforming in its slow, serene dance. We've patiently seen how mountains are built and then subtly shaped by the gentle hand of erosion. As your thoughts continue their soft, unhurried journey, let's now drift up their silent slopes and explore the unique worlds that thrive upon these majestic giants. Mountains are not just barren rock. They are vibrant, living places, each harboring quiet ecosystems uniquely adapted to their soaring heights. Imagine ascending a mountainside, feeling the subtle changes around you. As you climb higher, the air grows cooler and the plants begin to change. This is because mountains create their own unique climate zones, almost like having several different worlds stacked on top of each other. At the bottom, you might find lush forests filled with tall trees and the quiet rustle of leaves. But as you climb, the trees become smaller and sparser, giving way to open meadows filled with hardy grasses and bright, resilient wildflowers that quietly brave the cooler air. Go even higher, and the plants become low-lying and tough, clinging to rocky ground, until finally only bare rock, eternal snow, and ancient ice remain. Each zone has its own quiet hum of life, a delicate balance shaped by altitude and temperature. Mountains are also nature's great water towers, acting as silent guardians of the Earth's most precious resource. High on their peaks and slopes, snow and ice gather in immense, quiet blankets. As the seasons gently warm, this snow and ice slowly melt, releasing fresh water that trickles down the mountainsides. These tiny streams grow into babbling brooks, then calm rivers, quietly flowing down into the valleys and plains below, nourishing towns, farms, and countless ecosystems. They are the silent source of life-giving water, patiently gathering the sky's bounty and releasing it in a steady, life-sustaining flow. The sound of a mountain stream, a soft, continuous murmur, is one of the most peaceful sounds in nature. The wildlife that calls mountains home are quiet, masters of adaptation. Animals here have found ingenious ways to thrive in the thin air, cold temperatures, and rugged terrain. Some have thicker fur or specialized feathers to keep them warm. Others have larger lungs or blood that carries more oxygen, allowing them to breathe easily where we might struggle. Imagine a mountain goat silently navigating steep, rocky ledges with surprising grace, or a quiet, elusive snow leopard, perfectly camouflaged against the white landscape. Many mountain animals are shy and solitary, moving with a quiet purpose, blending seamlessly into their majestic surroundings. Their presence is often felt more than seen, a subtle reminder of the vibrant life hidden within the peaks. Even the plant life in mountains is a testament to quiet resilience. You'll find hardy trees that cling to steep slopes, their roots silently grasping for purchase. Delicate wildflowers might bloom in high alpine meadows for only a few short weeks, soaking up the sun's gentle warmth before the snow returns. These plants have adapted to harsh winds, cold nights, and thin soil, quietly thriving in conditions that seem unforgiving. Their presence is a gentle burst of color and life against the stark beauty of the rock. For humans, mountains have always been places of profound significance. They are often seen as places of quiet refuge and spiritual importance, where one can feel closer to the sky and find inner peace away from the busy world below. Monasteries and temples have been built high on mountain slopes, seeking the silence and solitude these towering landscapes provide. Artists and writers throughout history have found deep inspiration in their majestic beauty, their quiet grandeur stirring the imagination. The experience of gently hiking a mountain trail, moving slowly, step by step, feeling the air grow cooler and the views expand, is a deeply calming one. It's not about conquering the mountain, but about peacefully connecting with its ancient presence, appreciating its vastness and its quiet strength. Mountains gently teach us patience, humility, and the immense, quiet power of nature. They are silent invitations to slow down, to breathe deeply, and to simply absorb the vast, peaceful energy of the earth. As you drift deeper into the profound quiet of the night, allow your mind to wander through these mountain worlds. Feel the cool, clean air, imagine the gentle flow of melting snow, and sense the quiet resilience of life clinging to ancient rock. Rest deeply, knowing that these gentle giants stand as silent guardians, breathing life into our world with their majestic, unhurried presence. We've gently explored the vibrant ecosystems and quiet life that thrive on mountains, those majestic sky islands. As your thoughts continue their soft, unhurried journey, let's now quietly discover that not all mountains are formed by the direct push and pull of Earth's giant plates. Some rise from different, equally patient geological processes, each telling a unique story of our planet's slow artistry. Imagine a vast, flat piece of Earth's skin lying still and quiet. Then, deep beneath it, a huge blob of hot molten rock. That same magma that fuels volcanoes begins to slowly, gently push upwards. But instead of breaking through to the surface, it simply pushes the overlying land into a broad, rounded lump. It's like a giant, very slow bubble forming beneath a blanket. Over millions of years, this gentle upward swell creates a dome mountain. These mountains don't have sharp, jagged peaks born of violent collisions. Instead, they often have softer, rounded tops as the outer layers of rock slowly erode away, revealing the harder, older rock at their core. The Black Hills of South Dakota, with their gentle slopes and quiet forests, are a beautiful example of these dome mountains, a testament to a quiet, persistent upward pressure that never quite broke the surface. They are born from a subtle internal force, slowly lifting the land without a grand display. Then there are mountains that are not lifted up from below, but quietly carved out from above. Imagine a very high, flat area of land called a plateau. Over immense stretches of time, rivers begin to slowly, patiently cut deep channels through this flat land. Water, with its persistent, gentle flow, erodes away the softer rock, leaving behind towering, flat-topped mesas and buttes, and eventually deep canyons. The land around these canyons forms steep-sided, mountain-like features, not through pushing up, but through the patient wearing down of the surrounding area. These are sometimes called plateau mountains, or erosional mountains. The ancient Catskill Mountains in New York, with their rolling summits and deep, serene valleys, are an example of this quiet, carving process. They remind us that mountains can be shaped as much by the gentle touch of water and wind as by the mighty push of Earth's inner forces. It's a silent sculpting, a continuous process of removal that leaves behind majesty. Some mountains are also the quiet remnants of past fiery activity. While we discussed active volcanic mountains, imagine an ancient volcano that has been dormant for millions of years. Over immense time, the softer outer layers of the volcano slowly erode away, carried off by wind and rain. What's left behind is the hard, resistant core of solidified magma that once filled the volcano's vent. This tough, ancient rock stands alone, a solitary, quiet peak, a silent ghost of a fiery past. Devil's Tower in Wyoming, with its distinctive column-like shape, is thought to be the ancient core of such a volcano, a quiet monument to a long-extinct fire. These are mountains born of memory and patient decay, standing as silent sentinels of geological history. These different types of mountains remind us that Earth's artistry is diverse and subtle. Whether through the slow, gentle buckling of plates, the persistent upward push of hidden magma, or the patient carving by water and wind, each mountain tells a unique story of formation. They are not all born of the same dramatic collision, but each rises from a quiet, enduring process that shapes our world's surface. What's also remarkable is how individual mountains often gather into vast, interconnected systems, forming immense mountain chains and ranges. The long, ancient Appalachian Mountains stretch for thousands of miles, a continuous, quiet ripple across the landscape. The majestic Rocky Mountains form a towering spine across a continent. These ranges are not just random collections of peaks, but intricate systems where the forces of uplift and erosion have worked in continuous harmony over eons, creating vast, complex tapestries of rock, forest, and sky. They show how Earth's quiet work happens on a truly grand, connected scale. And deep beneath every mountain, even those that seem to simply sit on the surface, are unseen roots of rock. Just like a giant tree has deep roots anchoring it firmly in the ground, a mountain extends far down into the Earth's crust, often mirroring its height above the surface. These deep roots provide stability, quietly anchoring the immense weight of the mountain and allowing it to stand tall against the forces of erosion. It's a powerful, silent balance between what we see and what lies hidden beneath dot. So, as you drift further into the calm embrace of sleep, consider the Earth's boundless creativity, its patient shaping of diverse landscapes. Mountains, in all their forms, are silent witnesses to geological time, continuously being born, shaped, and slowly worn down in an unending, quiet cycle of creation and transformation. Rest deeply, knowing that the Earth itself is a masterpiece of unhurried artistry, always evolving, always dreaming in its deep, vast slumber. We've gently explored the different, quiet ways mountains are formed, from the slow push of domes to the patient carving of plateaus. As your thoughts continue their soft, unhurried journey, let's now discover how these majestic giants act as silent record keepers of our planet's immense past. Mountains are like vast, ancient books, their rocks holding countless stories of Earth's long journey through time, waiting patiently for us to quietly read their pages. Imagine, if you will, slicing through the side of a grand mountain and seeing its hidden interior. You would notice distinct layers of rock, stacked one upon another, stretching far into the distance. These layers are truly like the pages in a very, very old book, and each page, each distinct layer, tells a quiet, profound story about what Earth was like millions of years ago when that particular rock layer was first formed. For instance, you might see a layer of fine sandstone, quietly hinting that this very spot was once a vast, ancient, sandy beach, or a slowly shifting desert where winds gently sculpted dunes. Or perhaps you would find layers of dark, smooth shale, whispering secrets of an ancient, calm seabed where tiny bits of mud and clay slowly settled over eons. Further down, you might discover thick beds of limestone, patiently revealing that this area was once a warm, shallow ocean teeming with tiny sea creatures whose shells slowly accumulated on the seabed. These rock layers are silent witnesses, diligently holding precious clues to long-lost climates, vanished landscapes, and immense oceans that existed across unimaginable spans of time, long before any human foot touched the earth. They are the quiet, geological fingerprints of our planet's deep past, preserved for countless ages within these ancient rock layers. Mountains sometimes hold even more delicate, breathtaking treasures, the quiet imprints of fossils. Imagine the sheer wonder of finding the distinct, fragile imprint of a seashell, or the delicate skeleton of an ancient fish, or even the subtle outline of a fern leaf high up on a towering mountain peak, thousands of feet above sea level. This seemingly impossible discovery tells a truly profound story. It's a silent, undeniable confirmation that the very rock where that fossil quietly rests was once, millions of years ago, at the bottom of a vast ocean or a tranquil lake. The ground you might stand upon today, now part of a soaring mountain, was slowly, imperceptibly lifted over immense periods of geological time, from the deep sea to the towering heights of a mountain range. These fossils are like soft, ancient whispers from unimaginable depths and distant times, providing irrefutable proof of the immense, slow, upward journey of Earth's pliable skin. They are tiny, fragile pieces of history gently preserved within the unyielding rock, waiting to be quietly discovered. The very way rocks are bent and twisted within fold mountains also tells a powerful, silent story of immense forces. When you observe the graceful, wavy, folded layers of rock exposed on a mountain face or in a quiet road cut, it's a visible record of the immense, slow pressure that once squished and folded them. These gentle, sweeping curves show the quiet, unimaginable power of continents slowly, inexorably colliding, pushing and deforming the Earth's solid crust over eons. It's a testament to forces that moved too slowly to ever be seen by fleeting human eyes. Yet they left behind beautiful, silent patterns that speak of colossal geological events. Sometimes, when the pressure becomes too great, the rocks don't just bend, they crack, forming faults. These silent cracks in the Earth's crust are records of places where huge sections of rock have subtly slipped or shifted past each other over vast stretches of time. Mountains also hold the quiet memories of ancient ice ages, as colossal sheets of ice, known as glaciers, slowly moved and groaned down valleys. They acted like giant, patient carving tools, sculpting the landscape with immense, unhurried power. They left behind distinctive, smooth, U-shaped valleys, which are wide and rounded at the bottom, unlike the sharper V-shaped valleys carved by rivers. They also left behind polished rock surfaces, gleaming quietly, and subtle striations, long, thin scratch marks on the rock that tell of the ice's slow, grinding passage. When you see a U-shaped valley or a smoothed rock face in a mountain range, it's a silent scar, a quiet reminder of a time when immense ice covered the land, slowly, shaping the landscape with its gentle yet persistent force. These glacial scars are like faded photographs of Earth's icy past, preserving a quiet, cold memory for us to reflect upon by carefully studying these rock layers, these delicate fossils, these ancient bends and breaks, and these cold, glacial carvings. Geologists, like quiet detectives piecing together an ancient puzzle, can reconstruct the Earth's long and complex history. Mountains become living libraries, their silent pages filled with intricate stories of volcanoes that erupted millions of years ago, of vast seas that once covered entire continents, and of ancient climates that were vastly different from our own. It's a journey into what we call deep time, where our human lifespans, even our entire recorded history, are but a fleeting blink in the grand cosmic and geological calendar. This profound understanding of deep time is one of the most serene gifts the mountains offer us. This quiet understanding reminds us that the mountains, though seemingly solid and eternal in our fleeting perception, are always changing, always breathing, and always holding new information for those who patiently observe. Their quiet presence invites us to listen to their ancient whispers, to read the stories etched in their stone, and to appreciate the profound patience of our planet, a continuous work in progress. They are not just beautiful landscapes to admire, they are living archives, silently preserving the autobiography of Earth itself, continuously adding new chapters with each passing eon. As you drift deeper into the profound calm of the night, allow your mind to ponder these ancient stories held within the mountains. Feel the immense weight of time, the quiet persistence of change, and the deep peace that comes from being part of such a grand, unfolding narrative. Rest deeply, knowing that the Earth continues to write its story, one quiet layer of rock at a time, continuously creating and nurturing, cradling you in its vast, patient embrace. Asterisk. We've gently listened to the mountains as silent record keepers, holding the deep history of our planet within their stone. As your thoughts continue their soft, unhurried journey, let's now look ahead, contemplating the future of mountains. For these majestic giants, though they seem eternal in our fleeting human lives, are still very much part of Earth's slow, ongoing transformation. They are not fixed monuments, but grand, evolving landscapes. What will ultimately become of them, and what new giants might quietly rise in the immense stretches of time yet to come? Imagine the relentless work of erosion we discussed earlier, the gentle touch of wind, the persistent flow of water, and the slow grind of ice. This work never, ever stops. It is a continuous, patient process unfolding over vast geological times or scales over millions and millions of years into the distant future. These tireless forces will continue to quietly wear down the mountains that stand tall today. Peaks that now appear jagged and sharp will slowly become softer, their edges gently rounded. Steep slopes will become more gradual, and existing valleys will deepen and widen, carving ever more intricate patterns into the land. It's like a colossal, patient sculptor endlessly smoothing out rough edges, transforming magnificent, rugged spires into gentle, rolling hills. The magnificent ranges we see now, those iconic silhouettes against the sky, will, in the far distant future, become mere whispers of their former selves, slowly fading into the landscape, eventually becoming nothing more than a memory etched deep within Earth's oldest rocks. This slow softening reminds us that nothing on Earth truly lasts forever in a static form, but merely transforms, a quiet, continuous cycle of change, a gentle return to the basic elements. But even as old giants slowly wear away, yielding to the patient forces of nature, new ones will quietly begin their rise in other parts of the world. The Earth's huge plates, driven by the steady, unseen currents deep within the planet's fiery heart, will continue their slow, majestic dance across the globe. New collisions will begin in entirely different regions, far from today's active mountain building zones. New ocean floors will slowly slide beneath continents, a gradual, imperceptible dive into the Earth's depths, creating new volcanic arcs, and vast land masses, once separated by immense oceans, will gently push against each other once more. In these quiet zones of immense pressure, new mountains, as grand and awe-inspiring as any we know today, will start to form imperceptibly. At first, then slowly, patiently growing and building over millions upon millions of years. Just as the Himalayas or the Andes began their colossal ascent, the cycle of mountain creation is continuous and unhurried, a profound testament to Earth's endless capacity for renewal, a never-ending story of birth and transformation. Consider the grand, almost dreamlike idea of supercontinents. Earth's continents have not always been arranged as they are today, scattered across the globe like islands in a vast sea. Over hundreds of millions of years, they have slowly drifted together, converging to form immense, single land masses, only to slowly break apart again, drifting into new configurations. In the very distant future, perhaps 250 million years from now, our current continents may once again slowly merge to form a new supercontinent, perhaps one named Pangaea, Ultima, or Amasya, an entirely new arrangement of Earth's land. And at the quiet, gentle collisions that bring these colossal landmasses together, unimaginable new mountain ranges, far grander, far more extensive than any we know today, will slowly begin to rise. These future mountains will be born from pressures so immense they defy our current human imagination. Yet they will emerge with the same unhurried pace, the same profound patience, a silent promise of new giants adorning the face of a future Earth. This contemplation of the far future of mountains brings with it a unique, profound sense of peace. It gently reminds us of the incredibly vast timescales that truly govern our planet, scales that dwarf our human existence. Our human lives, though precious and filled with meaning, seem like a mere fleeting blink in the immense geological time of Earth. Our presence on this planet is temporary, A brief moment in its long story, but the Earth's processes, its creation, its movement, its transformation, are eternal. There's a deep, quiet comfort in being a tiny part of such an immense, ongoing story. A grand narrative that unfolds with majestic slowness, far beyond our immediate comprehension. It fosters a sense of gentle belonging to something truly vast and timeless. Mountains, even as they slowly face their eventual erosion and transformation, will remain enduring symbols for humanity across all time. They symbolize strength, unwavering permanence, quiet majesty, and profound resilience. They stand as silent witnesses to Earth's past and future, connecting us to deep time and the patient, powerful forces of our planet. Their very existence invites us to slow down our hurried lives, to breathe deeply, and to appreciate the quiet, profound beauty of our ever-changing world. A beauty that unfolds with unhurried grace. As you drift deeper into the profound quiet of the night, allow yourself to rest in the embrace of this endless cycle of creation and transformation. The Earth, in its vast, patient slumber, continues its work, shaping new landscapes, quietly pushing up new giants, and always ensuring that wonder is renewed for future ages. Rest deeply, knowing you are part of this grand, slow, majestic dance of the planet, nestled safely in its vast, quiet embrace. We've journeyed into the distant future of mountains, witnessing their eventual softening and the quiet rise of new giants. As your thoughts continue their soft, unhurried journey through the deep quiet of the night, let's now consider how these magnificent giants subtly influence the very air we breathe and the intricate patterns of our weather. Mountains are not just still landforms. They are quiet, colossal participants in Earth's atmospheric dance, gently shaping the world's climates with their towering presence. Imagine clouds drifting lazily across the vast sky, carried by gentle winds laden with moisture from distant oceans. When these clouds encounter a towering mountain range, they often have nowhere to go but up. As the moist air is gently forced to rise over the mountain barrier, it cools down. As it cools, the water vapor inside the clouds begins to condense, forming tiny water droplets or ice crystals, which then fall as rain or snow. This is why one side of a mountain range, known as the windward side, which faces the incoming wind, often receives a great deal of quiet rain and abundant snowfall. This generous moisture nourishes lush forests, creates countless babbling brooks, and feeds rushing rivers that flow into the valleys below. Think of the peaceful, misty, evergreen forests on the western slopes of the Cascade Mountains in North America, constantly nourished by soft rainfall carried from the vast Pacific Ocean, painting the landscape in vibrant hues of green. It's a gentle, continuous cycle of lifting air and releasing life-giving water, quietly feeding the land over eons. But as that air, now stripped of most of its moisture, crosses over the mountain peaks and begins its descent down the other side, called the leeward side, something dramatically different happens. The air has lost most of its water, and as it sinks down the mountain slope, it warms up. This process creates a much drier, often warmer climate on this side, known as a rain shadow. Here, you might find vast, quiet deserts or expansive, arid grasslands, a stark and dramatic contrast to the lush green slopes on the opposite side of the range. Imagine the sudden, breathtaking shift from vibrant, tall forests to quiet, sprawling desert in just a few miles as you travel across certain mountain ranges, like the transition from the moist Sierra Nevada to the quiet, arid Great Basin. This subtle, powerful influence of mountains on rainfall creates distinct, peaceful, and uniquely adapted landscapes, each with its own quiet hum of specialized life that thrives in those specific conditions. Mountains, in this way, are silent dividers, gently guiding the sky's moisture and shaping the very character of the land. Mountains also profoundly affect temperature zones across the globe. As you ascend a mountain's slopes, even in a warm, sunny region, the air grows noticeably cooler and crisper. This is because there's less atmosphere pressing down on the air at higher altitudes, allowing it to expand and cool. This is why you can find snow-capped peaks even in tropical countries near the equator, or enjoy refreshingly cool summer breezes high above a hot valley floor. This consistent change in temperature with increasing altitude creates distinct, quiet climate zones, almost like different worlds stacked vertically. From temperate forests at the base, you might pass through cooler montane and subalpine zones with different tree types, eventually reaching cold, vast alpine meadows, and finally, bare, frozen peaks where only lichens and ancient ice can survive. Each elevation has its own unique, gentle microclimate, allowing a diverse range of plants and animals to quietly thrive in their preferred, cool, calm environments. It's like climbing through different, quiet, peaceful worlds on a single, majestic slope, each with its own subtle feel. Furthermore, mountains gently steer wind patterns on both local and regional scales. They can act as vast, silent barriers, subtly diverting global wind currents and creating localized breezes and calm pockets. Winds might be forced up and over mountain ranges, becoming stronger and colder at the very peaks, or they might be funneled through narrow, quiet mountain passes, creating gentle, accelerated currents that whisper through the valleys. These intricate wind patterns, subtly shaped by the mountains, influence everything from cloud movement to the distribution of seeds and pollen, quietly affecting life across the entire landscape. The constant whisper of wind through mountain passes, a soothing, continuous sound, is a quiet sign of the mountain's subtle control over the atmospheric ballet. Within the intricate folds, valleys, and secluded basins of mountains, even smaller, unique climates can exist. These are called microclimates. For instance, a sunny, south-facing slope might be warmer and drier than its north-facing counterpart, allowing different types of plants to quietly thrive. A shaded, north-facing valley, on the other hand, might remain perpetually cool and damp, nurturing a different, unique, quiet ecosystem. A small, enclosed basin might trap cold air during the night, creating a frosty pocket, while a nearby ridge catches the warming sun. These tiny, localized climate zones add incredible, quiet diversity to mountain environments, making each valley, each hidden nook, and each peak a unique, peaceful world of subtle variations. These majestic giants are also powerful natural barriers, and their quiet, formidable presence has gently but profoundly influenced human history and culture across the globe. For centuries, immense mountain ranges quietly separated different peoples and civilizations, leading to the development of unique languages, distinct traditions, and remarkably varied ways of life in isolated valleys and high plateaus. They acted as natural borders, sometimes protecting communities from invaders, and sometimes making travel, trade, and communication incredibly challenging and slow. Crossing a high mountain pass was always a profound, quiet journey, a test of patience, endurance, and resilience, often leading to a deep sense of achievement and a new perspective as the world unfolded below. Mountains silently shaped the very tapestry of human civilization, gently guiding our quiet migrations and encouraging distinct cultures to bloom in their secluded, protective embrace, allowing diversity to flourish in the quiet corners of the world. The mountain's quiet breath, its gentle interaction with the sky and air, is a continuous, unseen symphony, always shaping, always influencing. As you drift deeper into the profound quiet of the night, allow your mind to wander through these mountain-influenced climates. Feel the gentle cooling of the air. Imagine the quiet shift from lush to dry, and sense the unseen currents of wind, softly shaped by towering peaks. Rest deeply, knowing that mountains are not just silent giants, but active, gentle participants in Earth's grand, unhurried, and ever-changing atmosphere, cradling you in their vast, peaceful embrace. We've gently explored how mountains subtly shape our climate and influence human history. As your thoughts continue their soft, unhurried journey through the night, let's now discover the hidden treasures that these majestic giants often hold. Deep within their quiet hearts, the valuable resources that have sustained and shaped human civilization. Mountains are not just symbols of nature's power. They are also quiet providers, holding secrets beneath their ancient skin that have gently nourished human progress for millennia. Imagine the immense pressure and the slow, deep heat far beneath. The Earth's surface, the very same powerful forces that help build mountains patiently over eons. Over millions of years, these quiet and persistent forces can slowly transform existing rocks, ancient liquids, and even gases into precious minerals and metals. Think of the shimmering, delicate veins of gold, quietly threaded through dark rock, or the subtle gleam of copper, waiting patiently to be discovered. Picture the sparkling beauty of unique crystals and rare gemstones formed under unimaginable pressure, hidden deep within the mountain's ancient rock, waiting for their light to be revealed. These treasures are not formed quickly. They are the result of countless millennia of slow, quiet geological processes, patiently concentrating these elements into forms we can then use. Miners, moving with quiet purpose, carefully extract these gifts from the mountain's deep embrace, allowing us to build our homes, create our tools, adorn ourselves with beauty, and power our modern lives. It's a testament to the mountain's profound and unwavering generosity, offering its gifts slowly and quietly from its very core, a deep, silent wellspring of Earth's bounty. Mountains also sometimes quietly guard ancient forms of energy, known as fossil fuels. Over vast spans of geological time, the remains of ancient plants and tiny sea creatures were gently buried under countless layers of new rock, often in areas that later became mountainous due to the Earth's slow, shifting plates. The immense pressure from the layers above, combined with the gentle heat from deep within the Earth, then slowly transformed these ancient living things into concentrated forms of energy, coal, oil, and natural gas. These precious energy sources are like captured sunlight from millions of years ago, stored quietly within the Earth's crust, patiently waiting to be discovered and released. While their extraction needs careful attention and a profound sense of responsibility towards our planet, their presence in mountainous and geologically active regions highlights yet another quiet way mountains have fueled human progress, providing the immense energy for our societies to grow, to warm our homes, and to power our industries for centuries. It's a silent inheritance from Earth's deep past. Beyond these solid and buried treasures, mountains can also be sources of Earth's own gentle warmth, providing clean, sustainable geothermal energy. In areas where the Earth's crust is thinner, or where molten rock pockets are closer to the surface, often found in regions of active or ancient volcanic mountains, heat from deep within rises quietly to warm underground water. This naturally warmed water can then emerge as peaceful hot springs, where people have found soothing comfort and healing for centuries, bathing in their calm, mineral-rich embrace. Or, if the heat is intense enough, it can create powerful geysers that quietly burst forth with steam, or be carefully harnessed to generate clean electrical energy for communities. This quiet warmth from below is a gentle reminder of the Earth's continuous inner heat, silently offering a sustainable source of power, flowing directly from the mountain's heart, patiently warming our lives and providing a peaceful energy alternative. Even the simple act of a mountain filtering water creates an incredibly valuable resource that sustains all life. As rain and snow fall on the high peaks and slopes, the water doesn't just run off. It slowly seeps through layers of rock and soil, becoming naturally filtered and purified by the Earth's quiet processes. This clean, fresh water then emerges as crystal clear springs or feeds calm mountain lakes, eventually flowing down to become pure drinking water for towns and cities far below. Mountains, in this way, are like giant, silent purifiers, offering a continuous, clean supply of vital, essential water. A quiet act of sustenance for countless ecosystems and all living beings. Their presence ensures the steady, gentle flow of life's most precious liquid. The pervasive presence of these diverse resources within mountains has quietly and profoundly shaped human history and settlement patterns across the globe. Ancient communities often chose to settle near mountains, not just for their natural defense or awe-inspiring beauty, but specifically for the precious metals they could mine, the clean, pure water they provided, and the natural shelter offered by their slopes and valleys. Mountains, through their silent and patient offerings, have been indispensable partners in humanity's long journey, providing the fundamental raw materials for our tools, the very bricks of our homes, and the underlying energy that allowed our societies to grow and flourish. They are the quiet foundation upon which much of our civilization has gently risen. However, the extraction of these valuable gifts from the mountain's deep embrace calls for a profound sense of respect and quiet stewardship. We must approach these ancient sources with utmost care, understanding the delicate balance of the mountain ecosystems and striving to minimize our impact on their quiet grandeur and pristine beauty. It is a constant reminder that while mountains are indeed generous providers, They are also sacred spaces, deserving of our most gentle attention, our deepest reverence, and our unwavering protection for future generations. Their silent presence urges us to take only what we need and to cherish what they offer. As you drift deeper into the profound quiet of the night, allow your mind to ponder the hidden generosity of mountains. Feel the immense, patient forces that form these treasures and the quiet, continuous ways they sustain life and civilization across the ages. Rest deeply, knowing that Earth's sleeping giants continue to offer their quiet gifts, always providing, always enduring, always nurturing in their vast, serene silence. We've gently unearthed the hidden treasures that mountains quietly provide, sustaining life and shaping civilizations. As your thoughts continue their soft, unhurried journey through the night, let's now explore the profound legends and myths that these majestic giants have inspired across cultures and throughout time. Mountains are not just landforms. They are silent storytellers, holding ancient whispers of gods, spirits, and profound wisdom, deeply woven into the tapestry of human imagination. Imagine ancient peoples gazing up at towering peaks, their summits, often shrouded in mysterious mist or lost among the drifting clouds. To them, these colossal structures seemed to touch the very heavens, making them natural and awe-inspiring homes for gods and goddesses. Mount Olympus in ancient Greece, for example, was believed to be the sacred dwelling of the Olympian gods, a place of immense power, divine authority, and quiet, ethereal presence, where mortal eyes could never truly trespass. For the Japanese, the graceful, symmetrical cone of Mount Fuji is not just a geological marvel. It is a profoundly sacred mountain, a spiritual gateway where deities are believed to reside and where pilgrims seek enlightenment through quiet contemplation. Its serene beauty and solitary grandeur inspire deep reverence and a sense of profound inner peace. Across countless cultures, these mountains became places of pilgrimage, of quiet prayer, and of a deep, unspoken connection between the earthly realm and the divine. They evoked a silent awe that transcended the everyday rhythms of life, reminding humans of powers beyond their understanding. Many cultures also hold ancient legends of sleeping giants or powerful wise dragons residing deep within the mountains. These myths often describe immense ancient beings whose slow breathing or subtle stirring causes the very ground to tremble, giving rise to gentle tremors and deep rumblings within the earth. These stories provided ancient peoples with a beautiful, poetic explanation for Earth's subtle movements and the occasional activity of volcanoes. Imagine a vast, peaceful dragon, its scales like ancient rock, coiled in profound slumber beneath a towering peak, its slow, deep, resonant breaths causing the quiet stirrings of the land above. These tales were not meant to frighten, but to explain the Earth's quiet, formidable power in a way that resonated deeply with ancient understandings, fostering a respectful awe for the unseen forces within nature. The mountains' deep quiet provided the perfect canvas for such powerful yet serenely imagined legends, offering comfort and meaning to the unexplained, beyond the realm of gods and spirits. Mountains have also been seen as places where the veil between the ordinary world and profound spiritual realms is thin, allowing for spiritual journeys and visions. In many Native American traditions, Mountains are revered as sacred sites for vision quests, where individuals would seek quiet solitude, often fasting and meditating, to connect with spirits, receive profound insights, and gain deep wisdom for their lives and their communities. In Tibet, the majestic Himalayas are not just the highest mountains on earth. They are deeply revered as sacred abodes, places of profound spiritual practice, quiet meditation, and the search for enlightenment. The intense quietude of the high altitudes, the immense scale of the landscape, and the feeling of being closer to the heavens have long inspired deep contemplation and a sense of profound inner peace. These towering places are silent sanctuaries, continuously inviting the human spirit to soar beyond its earthly constraints. Mountains are also often central to timeless folktales and fables, teaching gentle lessons about perseverance, humility, and the importance of respecting nature. Stories of brave heroes quietly overcoming towering peaks, or of wise hermits living in peaceful mountain solitude, receiving profound truths in the stillness, have been passed down through generations. These narratives quietly connect people to the land, fostering a sense of belonging and a deep appreciation for the challenges and rewards of living in harmony with nature's grand forms. The silent, enduring presence of the mountains acts as a grand, unchanging backdrop for these enduring moral lessons, offering timeless wisdom without a spoken word. This rich and diverse tapestry of mountain legends and myths highlights humanity's universal and innate need to find meaning and wonder in the natural world around us. Mountains, with their unchanging majesty, their profound quiet, and their seemingly eternal presence, have always served as powerful, unwavering symbols of immense strength, unwavering endurance, timeless wisdom, and a silent, enduring connection to something larger and more profound than ourselves. Their very stillness invites deep reflection, and their vastness, a quiet humility. They are not just magnificent geological formations. They are profound sources of inspiration that have shaped our collective consciousness, our art, and our spiritual beliefs in subtle yet incredibly powerful ways across millennia. As you drift deeper into the soft currents of sleep, allow your mind to wander through these ancient stories held within the mountains. Feel the quiet power of their legends, the gentle echoes of their myths, and the deep peace that comes from knowing how deeply interconnected humanity is with these majestic giants. Rest deeply, knowing that the Earth's sleeping giants continue to inspire, always whispering their ancient tales, quietly sharing their profound wisdom in their vast, serene silence.